to be here in over 70 years. We decided we should start celebrating our progenitors and the past heroes of Lagos. And we want to make this as a medium for all other family within Lagos Island to know, and Lagos State to know, that we have a lot to promote, apart from the outside, the Western world thing. Our history is still there, not tapped. Our culture is still there, not yet promoted. So we want to use the return as a medium to promote our heritage, promote our culture, and also tell our history ourselves the way it should be told. So that's what the return is all about.
Alright, is this the first edition or has it ever happened?
Yeah. Okay, this is the third edition. This is the third edition. That's why it's called the 160. We did the 160 edition. The first in the 160 years after. We did the second in the 162. So this is the third edition. This is going to be 163 years after Kosoko returned from Ekpe to Lagos.
Sir, can you please tell us the link that is between the return and the Kayo festival that was held at the
Okay, Kayo festival is the grand entrance of Kosoko into the land known and called Ekpe. While the return is the grand entrance of the grand return of Kosoko from Ekpe to Lagos. So the Kayo happened in 1851. The return happened in 1862. So you can see it's an 11 years interval event that we are celebrating within 2-3 months after, and within 3 weeks we are celebrating the same thing. But I understand the fact that if there's no Kayo, there won't be return. It was the Kayo that they resorted to the return.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Kosoko left Lagos to Ekpe, and who accompanied him to Ekpe?
Yeah, Kosoko left Lagos to Ekpe with over 1,500 assistants, supporters, chiefs, and warriors. And each one of those 1,500 people had 35 to 45 people attached to them. So you can see the numbers of people that left. So if you're going to multiply, you're going to say 1,005 multiplied by minimum of 35. So that resulted to those settlements along Etiosa, Ibejuleki, and up to where you have the Ekpe itself. So that is a crowd, and that's why you see the space and town there.
The museum, has it been in existence since Kosoko, right?
No. The museum was my handiwork. I decided I don't want to argue with people with the history of Lagos, neither do I want to argue with people with the history of Kosoko. So let me use documents and pictures that is of originality to showcase those things, so that I can tell people who I am using the King Kosoko Memorial Museum. You see, most of these places, most of the museum stands you see, are relics, are things that belong to Kosoko himself, his children and grandchildren. So that is why I put up this, in order for me to showcase my strong heritage.
Okay, putting up this museum, is it just for events or is it open for indigenous and non-indigenous?
Yeah, the museum is open for indigenous and non-indigenous. You will not believe, we had over 8,360 something scholars who has visited this place from outside this country. And they keep coming. And what you're seeing is just 10% of what we have for exhibition.
Because it's known for Lagosians, we don't know about this museum. So it's so funny when you said 8,000 people from outside country. Which Nigerians, Lagosians, we don't know about this.
Yeah, because that is the thing we are having issues with. People don't get to, applaud what is theirs. They want to go outside the country to see. And people outside the country want to come here and see. And that is the result of what we are getting. But what you said, we'll intensify our promotion and advert, and to make sure that people come to see it. The minister was here, the House of Assembly, Lagos House of Assembly members were here, and senior citizens has also been here. But we also look at other means to make it known.
Is it open occasionally?
It's open every day. The palace is not closed. The palace is open for indigenous and non-indigenous, family member and non-family member. So it's an open door that the palace operates.
Once again, can we meet you, sir?
My name is ABIOLA Kosoko, the OLOJA of Lagos Elect. You're welcome. I want to welcome you all to King Kosoko's palace. This is a palace that has been in existence for over 163 years now. And what we want to do is to follow the line of celebration put together by history and by the people that we refer to as our progenitors. And it is also going to interest you that what we are about to do now is bigger than what we were planning. It's all about it's about 85% of people that are indigenous people of Lagos today. We are sitting here to talk about things put together by the general head of family, Alaja Mutiata Shabiali Balogun, under our leadership and the support of the other head of families, which I cannot mention all of their names here today, but few that can make it here today due to some tight schedules. And I believe by the end of today, we should be able to, you guys should be able to add or remove whatever we are going to discuss with you guys today. Welcome to King Kosoko's Palace again. I just want to follow the line of description as made by the Oloreli. Yeah, this is I think with everybody here, you have a press release, a copy. So it's just a press release for the return 1862. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, my name is Prince ABIOLA, OLOJA Kosoko, the OLOJA of Lagos elects. It is an honor and privilege to stand before you on behalf of the head of the family, Alaja H.R.H, Mutiata Shabi, Abimbola Ali Balogun, and the councils of heads of branches, and share with you the history and activities that will shape our lives and today we remember as a movement that shaped Lagos. I'd like to share with you, gentlemen of the press today, the upcoming event titled The Return 1862. My address today is to share with you, gentlemen of the press, activities lineup for the upcoming event titled The Return. This week-long ceremony scheduled for September 8th to 16th of September 2024, commemorating the historical return of King Kosoko and his followers to Lagos in 1862. The return resulted in the founding of the settlement now known as Ekpetedo and the establishment of the Rico Palace, where we are today. This is why I say it is bigger than what we are talking about. I want to add some flesh to it. You see, Ekpetedo is a community in Lagos. Rico is also a community in Lagos. So going by this statement, we'll be having close to 31 families from the Ekpetedo axis, Itafaji axis, and Lafiaji axis that will also be joining us in this thing because they all also returned from Ekpe in 1862, September 16, 1862. Now, the return 1862 is a celebration of our rich cultural heritage and a tribute to the legacy of King Kosoko and his followers. So it's not, we're not looking at King Kosoko alone, we're talking about his followers alongside. Now, I want you guys to begin to play through your minds who are the followers of King Kosoko. Because if you go back to the history of how Lagos was bombarded and the rest, you get to hear that Kosoko moved out of Lagos with 1,500 people. But those are 1,500 warriors. And each one of them had minimum of 65 to 75 people attached to them, who are also subjects of their team. So multiplying 1,005 by 75 or 65. So imagine the numbers of multitude that this man used as warriors to attack and to make his position known within the shorelines that we all regarded as Lagos today. So that is one thing I want to go back home with. Now, his followers who played a significant role in shaping the history of Lagos. This week-long ceremony will feature various activities highlighted below. The first one is what we're doing today, the press briefing. The press briefing is we telling you about this. Then after the press briefing, sometimes next month, we'll be doing the program unveiling. So we'll be discussing and showcasing the various brand ambassadors that will be representing each one of the brands that will be sponsoring the projects. So we're not ending it up there. We're looking at making it a continuous exhibitional thing. The second one, which is another major important thing in the entire program, is King Kosoko Memorial Lecture. So this is going to be the second in series of that same program. The Kosoko Memorial Lecture is designed to help the indigenous people of Lagos to project their history, where we can discuss it, start creating journals that people can make reference to, that yet unborn children can also go back to and read about their great grandfathers and their progenitors of who he or she is claiming to belong to. And that again will happen in the most prestigious hall in Lagos, Global Hall, built almost 160 years ago in order to celebrate the Glover himself, John Glover, who was the British representative during the era of the colonization, when Lagos was still known as the Lagos colony. Then the third event is an interdenomination traditional religion ceremony. Why we call this, why we decided to make it that name, is because Lagos is formed with three people. The traditional group is of three, most important. One is the Oshubo. The second one is the known as the Irele. While the third one is the Okala. These are the three groups of people that has a traditional deity that hold Lagos together. And they were also part of the people that make sure that Kosoko was buried, not in a public cemetery, but in his own palace when he died on the 15th day of April 1872. So we will bring all of them together. We also have a joint prayer section in the early hours of the 10th of September. So the venue is also the palace. So you all are also invited. There is no segregation, there is no separation in the palace of Kosoko, because Kosoko was behind the Islamic religion, was also behind the Christian religion. You get to see that in the palace when we open up the place for you to see that there is no separation, there is no. The only thing you can see in our palace is that invisible boundaries. Of course, because it's invisible, you won't know. Now, the fourth one is the Jumat service. When I talked about Islamization of Lagos, and the first time Islam prayer will be done, it was done on the authority of King Kosoko in 1847. So Kosoko was the one that asked them to do the first call to prayer. And it's also going to interest you that when the factions of the Islamic faction was becoming too much and Lagos was having it too bad in 1913 and 1912, his grandson named Aile Mugira, whose great-granddaughter is seated in front of you, was one of the people that asked, what's his name, Lord Lugard, that they should come and settle the entire issue in the name of King Kosoko family. Because at that particular time, his own mother was a Olojha. And there's a picture of that effect too in the museum there, when Okuro was converted to the first central mosque of Lagos Island. That is the central mosque saying. So that will also happen at the Lagos Central Mosque on the 13th of September. We'll be going to the mosque. Then the fourth one is the Thanksgiving service on the 15th of September, which of course will happen in the local Methodist Church. That's the first Methodist Church in the middle of Lagos and Nigeria. So that's Methodist Church. Give back to all the other Methodist Church all over. I think Adelabu Colin can testify to that, because one of the dioceses where he worshiped had it a legal diocese and so. So now the second and the last one is the unveiling of the arrival lights. That's going to happen on the 15th of September at 8 p.m. There is one significant thing that I want you people to come and experience. You know, when it is declared that Kosoko is returning to Lagos, everybody was happy. They were waiting to receive him. So what they did was to have the lights, the entire shoreline lit up. So we want to replicate what happened in that era on the street of the people. So we want to lit up that light. It's called the era light. Then when we are done with that, we now have a procession. That the procession is going to be involved in the t-shirt you're seeing. We have a branded t-shirt to make that look colorful. because the brand of where we are is yellow, and that's why you see the Olori Fancy Carnival, a fancy group, as yellow as a predominant color. So we're going in line with that. That's why you have the t-shirts. So that will happen throughout the night. After that, we return to the palace, and it becomes the Alo night. Alo night is where we'll be talking about some stories that we can only hear from we indigenous people of Lagos, and you can't hear it from any other place but here in the palace of King Kosoko. And the last event is going to be the grand finale. So that is an event that is going to showcase the Ankara that we've taken, and people will show it in various styles that is going to show that is going to speak for that thing that Lagos is known as Ego for show. And we're going to also have our indigenous food as in the entire menu list. So it's going to be the Lagos dressing, Lagos music, Lagos talking, Lagos food for that day, and there will be exhibition of most of the things that you see here at the site. And we're not using any place for that same day. Irego, Balogun, and Martin Street. So we want to make sure that we contain what we're doing in a place where we can control. And this is an event that is going to cut across the entire 5 division. And you know, Kosoko is also part of people that founded the bank. Kosoko is also part of people that founded Badagry. Kosoko has his progenitor founded Lagos Island. His progenitor founded the Korean division. His mother is from the Kenya Artists. So that made him a man that is connected by royalty and founding to all the 5 divisions of Lagos that is known as Ibile. So that makes us a distinct indigenous family of Lagos. So going by all this, it is also one of those that I'll continue with the ending part of this thing. The event is aimed to promote cultural awareness, unity, and tourism while showcasing the traditions and customs of the Lagos people. The return has always been the only event that brings the indigenous people of Lagos from all the 5 divisions of Lagos to one spot, just like I mentioned. We have invited dignitaries from across the countries, including traditional ruler, government officials, and cultural enthusiasts, to join us in celebrating this significant aspect of our cultural history. And let me also let you understand what we say across the country. There's a section of this part of Lagos that you get around. You hear the Seriki Fulani and Seriki Hausawa. These are people that also got their source of stools from this palace. We are part of people that came with Kosoko as far back as 1833, and they reside with us in here and have a place allocated to them within the palace. So it was from this palace that title was given to them. So we still have this alliance with them ever since till today. So imagine a town known as Yerima in Jigawa State. So the entire town will be coming to be part of this, because this year by November we'll be marking 160 years alliance with the Fulanis and the Hausa people for the first time. So now, in addition to what is on ground, the return 1862 is not just a celebration, but also an opportunity for us to reflect on our past, appreciate our present, and shape our future. We believe that this event will foster unity, promote cultural exchange, and contribute to the economic development of Lagos. We look forward to welcoming you to the return 1862 and sharing this unforgettable experience with the people of Lagos and beyond. Thank you for this. Thank you for your time and attention. At this moment, I will be willing and to take questions from you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think OLOJA is our better cost. That was the briefing of this year's edition of the return. I want to tell our members of the press, our colleagues and friends, that we want to make the return like we have life. It's always a night to go. I see the beauty of Lagos at night. I see the return actually is. So we're looking forward to seeing you that night, joining the family, type of Lagos, celebrating the return. Now, that was His Royal Highness, my beloved support. Listen out, activities lined up for this year's edition. Time for our friends to interact with the OLOJA and the family. If you have any questions to ask?
Yeah. Can I do something? I want us to have because I want to know everybody that is here. So that will make me not to feel shy to talk. It will also make me to want to. I'll be agitated to want to listen to people from those media houses. Please let's have. Let me know you guys. Please, thank you. Yeah. Okay. There's a mic with Theodore. Okay. Yeah.
My name, good afternoon, everyone. My name is OLOJA.
Yeah. 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 I didn't get you. Yeah. 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 I can tell you. Okay. Okay. Okay, Lagos Junction. Okay. Okay.
We see how others, handling camera.
Kakalistic media.
We see how others, handling cameras there. And the person capturing us.
Yeah. Let's do. Okay.
And on that note, I want to also recognize the presence of General Manager Lagos Television, who happens to be Olori. This palace is important. That's our senior colleague, that's Olori Shola Kosoko.
Senior colleague.
That city is at the same on TV 1 year, 1 GM and TV. Yeah. So now time to tell us the.
Can we use that? I think that one is working. Yeah. Yeah. Switch it on. Yeah.
Once again, my name is
Yeah.
Let me start by commenting for what they are doing. I was there when it's
Yeah.
and stepping here what I'm happy to say. My question is you have the Kosoko Memorial Lecture.
Yeah.
Please, what's the theme of this lecture? What I would like you to
Okay.
That is possible to guest lecturer.
Yeah. Mr. Tony, thank you so much. I for now, we're still putting up all the structures for that, but not that there are about 3 topics. So we're meeting like 3 topics, but we're still looking for one major heading that will take the 3, because we're having the elderly people that will be coming to discuss. So apart from presenting papers, there's going to be a panel. So we're going to have a program for that. That's why I said in the next few days from now, we're going to do the events on volume, and that will also help us to push those things out, so that some of those things have not been bought. So we're looking for people to buy them over. So and very soon, of course, you're going to get information from them. Thank you so much. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
Why did you leave
Yeah, Kakalistic. Kosoko left Lagos Island in 1851. Lagos was bombarded by the British on the 26th of December 1851. The bombardment lasted for 6 days. So 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 on the 1st and on the 2nd. So the British got into Lagos on the 2nd. And the bombardment was so bad that there were the reports that was available said there were no standing building on Lagos Island because about 11 ships were shooting cannon onto Lagos Island. So they brought down Lagos Island. So in the capture of the British, they said the reduction of Lagos, that Lagos was reduced to ruins. And the bombardment did not allow anybody to pick it. So everybody on this part of the island moved out to the east, including people in the northern part of Nigeria, until Lagos Road were completed in 1979. But before then, everybody will have Ibadan as a place. That's where you have the Lebanese and all the rest. But now everybody shifted base to Lagos. But I grew up in Ibadan too with my grandpa, your granddad, and all the rest with my grand. So we are all there. But you see, yeah, and that's the head of the family of my own branch. You see, people keep saying Kosoko cannot become the Oba of Lagos. This is not true. Kosoko can become the Oba of Lagos. Because Kosoko cannot single-handedly go and vow for the position. Because Kosoko is a great-grandchild of somebody. So now, the ruling houses that is supposed to vow for the thing, you're supposed to go to one house. So Kosoko is supposed to go to his own father's house, which is Eshiloko. So you cannot stand as Kosoko is not the ruler house or branch that has the power to do so. But it will definitely contest their house. If you're interested now, you now need to contest within 15 other branches that makes up Eshiloko. And the Akitone too will also create contestants that will include the name their name there. So the war is going to be heavy. That's why you need to become the leader of Lagos. You need to have money, connection, and you need to have coin. Yes. If you don't have those three things, and the fourth one, you need to have jazz. That when you mentioned that rain should fall, you are the typical Lagos person. That whatever you say happens. So that is what makes the typical of Lagos. So he can give you to of Lagos, the current one. He says whatever he feels like saying without fear or favor. That makes Oba Akelu who he is today. It is when you get there that you know that God, this will come to you. You see, the royal house of Lagos is being seen as simple and soft. It is not. It is just because of the way Lagos is formed. Lagos is formed with that perception of creating an enabling environment for strangers. And no matter what you do, a typical indigenous people of Lagos will allow strangers to sleep on their bed. If you are clever, you are brilliant, you have money, Lagos man will give you space to stay. They will allow you to use your intellectual being to help them. If you are handsome and you are powerful, they will give you the daughter to marry so you can protect them. They will size you up and give you something that will make you stay. And that is why Lagos is developing. And Lagos will not stop doing that. Even if something will happen here and there, we are ready to accommodate and we also create room for people to grow. Thank you so much, my dear brother. Yeah. You're welcome, my sister.
And I think all the others. And I'm very happy and I was glad to see something like this in this our Lagos state. Thank God for everything. But when you mention Ale Agbo, I just went back to about 20-30 years ago that my late brother used to bring me Ale Agbo. So I'm looking forward to the year of that day, and I pray that all things that you have put on the table, the Lord will give you the wisdom and understanding, because many people we want to say one thing or another. But as you have put it, sir, I just encourage you that don't